Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to another video. Today in this video, I'm going to share with you something very vulnerable and very personal, but I'm ready to share with you my skin story and how I have been able to clear my cystic acne by using natural health solutions. So I'm going to share this story with you guys. Are you ready? Let's do this. If you guys have someone who is struggling with their skin and needs help with this, be sure to share this video or tag a friend because we're gonna get into this. And I know a lot of people struggle with this, and it's not something we really like to talk about because you want to hide from the world, which is what I'm going to share with you in a second that I did for a while when I was struggling with this. And then I'm going to give you some solutions that I've been able to do to clear it and keep it clear for a few years now. Here is my skin story. So I struggled with, you know what? It didn't take me, I did not struggle with skin issues when I was like in grade school or in college. It actually wasn't until I graduated college that I noticed I started having some really intense skin issues, like really bad cystic acne. And if you are struggling with skin issues, you'll know what cystic acne is. It's like the acne that is like under your skin that is really painful and like you can't really do anything to it. It just like gets bigger and bigger and it's like the worst thing ever. There's just like nothing that will make it go away. And coincidentally, when this was happening, I was actually at the lowest point in my life. I was very depressed, I was very anxious, I was struggling with my purpose, I had no idea what I was doing, I didn't feel like I was meant to be here, and I was just really struggling. So if you guys know any of my story or why I do what I do now, this is like kind of like my rock bottom. And so I was struggling so much with my skin that it started to get so bad that I like wouldn't leave the house. I would come up with all of these reasons why I was not gonna leave, and I just made myself stay at home. And it was awful because the worst thing that you can do when you're already depressed and you're really ashamed of how you look is to then isolate yourself and not allow yourself to like go out into the world. And so it's just like this really vicious cycle that had happened. And so it was around this time that I started to learn about the power of our emotions and how our mind and our bodies are connected. And I remember reading one day, I believe it was something by Louise Hay, that our skin and everything physical that's going on is actually just a reflection of our emotions and how we're feeling internally. That has manifested into like physical issues. And so one of the biggest things that she taught about skin and acne is the emotion is that you don't like who you are. So when you really struggle with not liking who you are and don't really like who you see and are really struggling with self-love and your self-esteem, then your mind is so powerful that it's going to make you feel super stressed out, which is going to really negatively impact your hormones, okay? Your body's going to be super stressed, and then this is going to manifest in horrible hormonal cystic acne, okay? You see how it's like this horrible, like vicious cycle. So, I learned that you could start to change that and shift that by thinking differently about yourself, by thinking different thoughts about the way that you feel about yourself and the way you speak to yourself. So after I spent months, probably a couple of years, going through like every kind of, potion that I could find on my skin for like spot treatment. Like I was going to CVS and Walgreens and all of these things every single day to try to find like the new thing that was gonna help my skin. I remember like watching tons and tons of YouTube videos to try to find the solution that was going to like heal my acne. I would spend like hours like trying to find like the answer online of like how I could get rid of it. Anyone else has struggled with this before, or is this just me? I know I'm not the only one. It's not fun to talk about. But yeah, it sucked, and you feel like there's nothing that you can do to fix it. There's absolutely nothing. And here's the thing, you guys. There is a lot you can do, because once I learned these solutions, and one of them was mostly starting with my mind and my emotions and the things that I started doing, all these other things I'm going to share with you right now, you change your lifestyle, you change the way that you feel about yourself, you change the way that you do a few different things, and then naturally you allow your body to come back into balance. You allow your body to come back into harmony. You allow yourself to like what you see in the mirror, not because of what you look like physically, but because you like your soul, because you like who you actually are, and then this improves your skin. So flat out, the biggest thing that I struggled with and that I know to be true more than anything is that if you're struggling with skin issues, the biggest thing is you really need to look at your self-love, okay? You need to look at your lack thereof of self-love, because that was my self-love and self-worth and self-esteem was just down the drain, and it was just showing up on my skin and was awful. So I know exactly how it feels like. And you know what? I wish I would have kept pictures. And here's the thing, I did take pictures because I was like, I'm gonna beat this someday, like screw this. And so I remember taking some pictures of my skin on my computer, but then that computer crashed and I lost all those pictures. But I promise you that I did have it, okay? I just wish I could show them, but it's probably a blessing that I lost them all because I don't need to see that anymore, but I did have it, okay? So, I have 4 things that you can do to heal your skin naturally, and this is what helped me to heal it and continue to heal it. Yes, I still every now and then break out, but not very often, like very, very, very rarely do I. Maybe a couple times a year, and even then I'm like, it's fine, it happens. But before, it was happening so much that I was just like constantly looking in the mirror, constantly thinking about it and wondering if everyone was looking at me and thinking about it too, and like just making this huge thing out of it because it feels like a big deal. It's your face, you know? So, okay, the number one thing is you need to learn how to live a joyful life, enjoy your life, and by truly loving and accepting yourself and working on speaking kindly to yourself and your skin when you look at yourself in the mirror. So this, you guys, was the first way that I discovered what affirmations were. And affirmations are positive statements that invoke a feeling that you want to feel and change about yourself, the thing that you want to change. And so I was like, oh my god, if I just like say this affirmation, is that really gonna help me in my life? And I was like, okay, I'll try it. I'll do anything for my skin. And so this is years ago, and so this is when I decided to start looking at the skin and say, you have such clear, beautiful skin. Oh my god, your skin is so clear and beautiful. And it was not clear and beautiful, but I wanted to believe that. So instead of like looking, every time I looked in the mirror, be like, oh my god, this is so bad, this is so bad, how can I fix this, how can I fix this, it looks awful, don't go out in public, I would catch myself and be like, no, your skin is beautiful and clear and glowing. And I would say that all the time, because I was so stuck in my head before, thinking about the opposite of it all the time, that I started to think the other thing. Okay? And then you start to feel better about yourself. Even just then, you start to think about it less because you're feeling better about yourself. Okay? So the second thing is like the basic stuff that we know about keeping ourselves healthy. Okay? So the basic thing is like eating healthy whole foods. So and then drinking plenty of water, and then making sure you're moving your body. So why these 3 things? Well, the first thing, when you're eating foods that are alive, you are allowing your body to like feel more alive as well. If you want to feel alive, if you want to look alive, you need to eat foods that are alive. So more veggies, more foods that are in season. Like right now, at the time I'm filming this, which is fall, we have like squashes and potatoes and, you know, Brussels sprouts and that kind of thing. Like eating a lot of that is so good for our body because our bodies are like in natural harmony with the seasons and especially with the food. And then when we're eating that food that's in harmony with the season that it naturally is growing in, then our body, it allows our body to like heal itself even more. And so of course when you're eating foods that your body can more easily digest, then it gives your gut a break, which takes less energy and giving more energy to producing like clear skin for you. Plus you feel a lot better about yourself. So you really want to focus on eating whole foods that are alive, okay? The other thing is drinking a lot of water. So if you aren't drinking a ton of water, you'll know if you are or not, like you'll know, right? Trust yourself. Start upping your water intake. And this is super important because think of your body as it needs to be like lubricated, right? You need to be able to drink plenty of water to be able to keep everything moving and flowing. And we're primarily made of water, so drinking a lot of water is super helpful. And then, of course, doing yoga. You guys, did you know that getting upside down and doing an inversion, or even just like putting your head below your heart, that gets the blood up into your head and it helps you to have a more beautiful glow, and it helps your skin. It like detoxes it by bringing it upside down. It's so crazy. So that's why like people who do yoga and who do a lot of like exercise, their skin looks really healthy and glowy because they are getting that blood flow like moving up and down and around. Okay, so the next two I think are super juicy. So here is the big one, you guys. You have to know that you have to reduce the toxic load from your personal care products. You have to reduce the toxic load. So when I was struggling hardcore with my skin and I was freaking out and putting everything on my skin possible, what I was actually doing was making it worse, because everything that I was putting on my skin were just tons and tons of synthetic chemicals, like really bad things that my skin was absorbing. Your skin is your biggest organ, and it's going to absorb up to 80% of what you put onto it. And so when you're putting these like toxic, harsh chemicals onto your face, your skin is like, I don't like this, I'm gonna dry it out, I'm gonna react to it, and then it's gonna make it worse. And so for you to clear your skin, you want to reduce the toxic load and get rid of all of your like skincare products that you're using. I promise you, it sounds crazy to be like, no, throw everything away and just use what I'm about to tell you to use next, but that's what works for me. And I promise you, when you stop using all that stuff, it's going to make such a big difference. Also, like all of the candles that you have in the house, like the perfumes that you wear, the body like washes that you have in the shower, the cleaning products that you buy from the store, all of that stuff has so much toxins in it that it's affecting your hormones, and it's making an imbalance in your hormones, which is then affecting your skin. Okay? When I first learned this, I was like, oh my gosh, yeah, of course, everything's connected. Like, I never thought about that, but yeah, that makes so much sense. So we have to look at like your life as a whole, because we're not just looking at spots in our skin, we're looking at, okay, what is my lifestyle? How am I showing up? What am I doing in my day-to-day? What am I surrounding myself with my thoughts, with my environment, with my food, all of this stuff. This has like a really big impact on your skin, okay? So get rid of everything, throw it all away. Like, I remember I literally, when I like learned this, I went up to my bathroom, I took a box and I threw everything that I wasn't gonna use anymore, everything, and I threw it all away. I was like, I'm done. I threw out all of my perfumes, all of my face wash, lotion, everything, got rid of it all. And you don't have to be like as crazy as me and throw everything away right at once, but that's what I did. And then this is what I replaced it with. I replaced it with oil cleansing and essential oils, and this is what really changed the game for me. So if you have not yet heard of oil cleansing, this is a method that's going to change your life. Oil cleansing is just what it says. You clean your face using oils. And it sounds nuts, like, well, if my face is oily and if I'm struggling with all this acne, why would I put oil on my face? Here's why. The main, like the foundational thing about it is that what's happening when we're using all of these strippers and these toners and these cleaners, it's stripping away all of like your natural oils on your skin, all of the natural oils. And then what's happening is all the natural oils are gone, that then your skin is like, oh shit, there's not enough, I need to produce more oil because I need to go overtime. So then it produces too much oil, and then from there you break out, okay? So to prevent this and to bring our oil production back to its like normal state, like pH state balance, you need to put oil on it to bring it back to its natural balance. So what I found is using the oil cleansing method is so powerful. So this is using oils like castor oil, grapeseed oil. Some people do well with coconut oil, but not everyone. You need to find the right oil that works for you. And you just like, honestly, that's what I use to clean my makeup off. That's what I use to wash everything off every single night. I've been doing it for years, and within the first few weeks that I started using this method, I noticed that things were clearing up for me. So again, I think it's a combination of my mindset, of changing the way I was thinking about myself, of focusing on more water and healthy food, throwing out all of the toxins and instead replacing it with the oil cleansing method. And then I started to add in essential oils. So the oil cleansing method was to kind of like bring my oil production like back to its natural healthy state. But then by adding in essential oils, this helped to clear out all of the acne scarring that I had had for a really long time. And the reason that this works so well is because using the right oils, the right essential oils, they're actually cellular reproducing. And which means that they can like help the cells to regenerate and heal itself. They're so powerful. So that's why using the most pure essential oils in the world helps the body to heal itself, because it's pure plant magic. And again, that's why you need to make sure that you're using like the most pure oils possible, because if you're gonna go out and buy oils from the grocery store or the counter or Amazon, then you're defeating the purpose, because you're doing the same thing of going and using toxic load, because those oils are just filled with synthetic fillers and toxins and stuff that aren't even the oil. That's probably gonna really irritate your skin, and then you're gonna tell me that the oils don't work. So don't do that. You wanna make sure you're using the right oils. But then what I do now is I have my own serum. So after I oil pull my skin, or oil cleanse my skin, oil pull in my mouth and oil cleanse my skin, then before bed I'll put on my serum that has a carrier oil with the right essential oils to help the skin to stay really balanced. And what I noticed after I started using the essential oils on my skin is all of my scarring kind of went away very quickly, and then I woke up with a much more like a glow every single day. So I noticed if I like stop doing it for a few days, I will notice hardcore my skin will feel a little bit more dry and just a little bit more like bumpy and stuff. And so making sure that I do that on a regular basis helps everything to stay much more clear and smooth and balanced and alive, which is exactly what you want. So that's my answer, you guys. That is how I've been able to clear my skin and heal my cystic acne. I've never had cystic acne ever since. I've broken out a few times, and I still probably will forever because I'm a human being, but nothing like they were before. Nothing. And I know that it was because it was a lifestyle change. So the change was what I did in the beginning. I was hating on myself, speaking horrible things to myself, using tons of toxic crap on my face, and feeling really bad and not using any oils at all. Like 0 oils ever. That kind of mindset. Crazy. And now what I do is I only use oils on my face. I use essential oils all the time. I eat very clean. I drink a lot of water, and I speak loving, kind words to myself. And this is keeping my hormones very, very balanced, which reflects in my skin. And that's what you guys can do too. Yeah, if you guys want help on your Zen journey and just help like stepping into this lifestyle that feels really good, of self-love and just next level, then you can get started and join us at zenbabetribe.com. Sign up, you'll get access to our free membership site, and I'll teach you all sorts of things about trusting your intuition, how to use affirmations, how to use essential oils, and how to work with your chakras so that you can find more balance in your life, okay? So yeah, hope you got something out of it, and I will see you guys back here for another video tomorrow. Okay, love you!